家好，我是今天呢，我们来继续关于这个系列解释。我讲到这了，系列解释。因为我听说呢，有一个他呢已经出新东西了，而且呢，我已经玩了它。这个是。
I'm just gonna say this to get it out of the way. I am a bit sad. Why? Because Fnaf is over. The end of the Fnaf story is close. Probably one more game and then that will be it. Scott Coughlin is revealing answers to us, but it also creates even more questions, which is why I'm here. Without a doubt, the Golden Freddy cutscene is without a doubt the biggest twist in Fnaf. Here, listen to it.
Father, it's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together.
What?
Just like you asked me to.
Yeah.
She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead. But I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
I was shocked when I first heard it, but then I thought about the cutscene and listened to it over and over again. I have burned the cutscene into my memory, and I can repeat the entire cutscene over 1,000 times if I want to. So why am I so shocked at this cutscene? Well, let's break it down. We hear, quote unquote, Michael say this.
I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to.
Michael's father told him to go to the Sister location and do some sort of job, which he did. The job was most likely freeing the spirit of his daughter, Charlie. This girl that got kidnapped by Baby is more or less confirmed to be Charlie in this video. Now if you want to continue to listen to this video, first you have to watch this one. If you do not watch this video, you probably won't understand anything that I am about to say. This video covers the alternative timeline, Henry's kids, Afton's kids if he has any, and everything associated with the Golden Freddy cutscene. Have you watched it yet? Good. Let's continue. Now we know that Michael is just doing what his father told him to do, to free his daughter. Meaning that Michael's father designed the animatronics, because he knows about the kidnapping and luring system. Now listen to what Doku has to say about this.
So as you can see, this is Michael Afton, not William Afton. The person who we play as in Sister Location is Michael Afton, William Afton's son.
I'm sorry Doku, but you're wrong. There is a thing that you skipped past. With this new cutscene that revealed this big of a twist, there is a lot of confusion. And Doku made this theory 1 second after we actually saw the cutscene in his livestream. But the evidence that I found will reveal an even bigger twist. In the book, there was a character named Michael Brooks, Charlie's childhood friend. And as you might know, the crying child is Sammy. And as I also said earlier, this girl is Charlie. And Sammy and Charlie also have an older brother, the boy in the foxy mask. Now Doku thinks that this is William Afton's family, but it's not. This family is Henry's family. In the book, it said that Henry had 3 kids, Charlie, Sammy, and the unknown. But thanks to Fnaf 4, we know that the unknown brother is actually the kid in the foxy mask, which is the same person that talks in the Golden Freddy cutscene, aka Michael. And tell me, are you getting deja vu right now? Something about the name Michael? Well, Michael is often shortened to Mikey, Mickey, Mika, Mick, and Mike. Mike? Where have we heard Mike in Fnaf? Yep, Fnaf 1. And what is Mike's last name in the Fnaf 1 paycheck? Schmidt. Mike Schmidt. Sammy and Charlie's big brother is called Mike Schmidt, or the full name Michael Schmidt. Sammy Schmidt, Charlie Schmidt, Henry Schmidt. I don't know, alright. Not Michael Afton, but Michael Schmidt. Now there is a way to prove this 100%, and I am not joking when I say that. 100%. Not 99.99%. And the way to do that is, whoever is the father of those 3 kids will determine if the Foxy Mask brother is Mike Afton or Mike Schmidt. Now I'm going to prove 100% how Henry is the father of these 3 kids. This girl is Charlie, and the crime child is Sammy, and Sammy is Charlie's twin brother as proved by the book. And Charlie and Sammy are Henry's kids. Now that should be more or less 100% proof, but some of you might be saying, well, actually as proved by your own video, there is an alternative timeline between the book and the games. Even in an alternative timeline, the DNA would have to be the same. Henry's DNA and Henry's wife's DNA gave birth to these 3 kids. Afton's DNA and Afton's wife's DNA could not create the same 3 kids. So Henry is the father of those 3 kids. So Doko, you are one of my favorite YouTubers because of your amazing personality.
How did I not get to 5 AM? How the fuck did I not get to 5 AM then? How? I was at 4 AM for ages, man! I was at 4 AM for like 10 years! I'm an old man now! What?
If I could choose to collab with one YouTuber, it would probably be you. But there is overwhelming evidence, no, there is a 100% chance of these 3 kids being Henry's kids. Not 99.99%, but 100%. Now we know that Mike Schmidt is Purple Guy, as proved by the previous minigames. Now Dorko's theory is that William Afton is the Pink Guy, and that William Afton's son is Purple Guy. And that William Afton is using Purple Guy for his dirty work, and framing him for it. But since Purple Guy isn't his son, that might seem impossible. But there is always the possibility that Mike Schmidt is innocent. However, I don't think so. Dorko made some good points as to how Mike could be innocent, just that he got Mike's father wrong. However, over the course of 2 years, we have been gathering information, creating theories, shared theories, provided feedback on the Fnaf community, and now it's time to put that to use. Huge pieces are falling into place after this cutscene. We confirmed Henry's name because of it, and we also confirmed that Mike Schmidt is Purple Guy, and Sammy's older brother. Now Dorko says that Purple Guy / Mike Schmidt is innocent. However, this clip falls perfectly in place with Mike Schmidt being Purple Guy. And if that wasn't enough, then listen to this. We all know that Purple Guy is inside Springtrap, right? Basics of the basics. And at the end of the cutscene, who do we see jump out? Yep, Springtrap. Springtrap jumps out when Mike Schmidt says, "I will find you."
There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
meaning that Mike Smith is inside Springtrap. Or should I say Purple Guy? Also, keep in mind that Mike Smith says father.
Father. It's me, Michael.
Mike Smith says father, not William. He doesn't say Afton, just father. Now, let's go back to Fnaf 4 for a second. After the current child was bitten by Fredbear and is in the hospital, a mysterious person tells Sammy that, quote unquote, I will put you back together. And most people instantly said that it was this girl that we see in the minigames, because the text color is the same. But it's not. In order for somebody to tell this to Sammy in the hospital, it would have to be a relative or a friend. But what if I told you that the person who said, quote unquote, I will put you back together, was Henry? Henry built and programmed the animatronics to kidnap children so that he could experiment with keeping their souls inside animatronics, which is what he did with Sammy. But then he realized that his daughter was killed, and then Henry uses Mike Smith to, quote unquote, put her back together.
Okay.
And I found him. I put her back together. Just like you asked me to. She's free now.
You
But Henry
boys, when
asked
you're
Mike Smith to do it.
I put her back together.
哎呀，看那个
Just
鸟
like you
跳
asked
的，
me to.
Now what I just said is only a theory. However, Mike Smith being Henry Smith's son is not. There's just too much evidence, and there are also too many holes in the Mike Afton theory. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please share this video so that everybody knows that Michael's last name is Smith and not Afton. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment and tell me what you think, because so far every theory I've seen of this
点一个赞。
thinks that it's Michael Afton. Anyways, this video is going on for way too long, so as always, I will see you in the next video.
他数学是
Bye bye.
穿进去那个诱广告，放哪里？
Every Christmas needs a guardian angel to make the season sweeter. Glam up and party on. Enjoy daily comfort and bask in glowing health.
Okay, so I was watching some videos on YouTube when I saw this video in a recommended list. And it tickled my curiosity.
知道
And I also saw that it was the Nerdbirds who made the video. The same person who decided to speed Valor's voice up to 200%. So I watched it, and when the Nerdbirds said that there was no current theories about Valor's song, I thought that there weren't any because there wasn't enough evidence or anything too interesting. But after I listened to the song over and over and over and over again, I found something extremely interesting. Enough so that I can make an entire video on it. And I was also a bit surprised there were no current theories on Valor's song. But the Nerdbirds, if you want the theory, then you got
厉
one.
害的这个能
The name of the song is simply called, quote unquote, Valor's song. Now if you look at Valor's blueprints, it doesn't say anything song related. It says audio activation sensor. Sensor. It activates when kids talk to Valora or something similar. In Baby's blueprints, we see that she has a quote-unquote song databank, but Valora doesn't have anything similar. Now most of us know that Arnold becomes Purple Guy at the end of this location, and all of the murders after that was actually Arnold inside Afton/Henry. Now some of you might be saying, Scott, you freaking retard, Afton and Henry are two different people. And to that I say, no bullshit, Sherlock. The reason I say Afton/Henry is because some people believe we play as Henry and some people believe we play as Afton. So as to not to trigger both of those sides, I say Afton/Henry. But anyways, Ennard became Purple Guy because he escaped, meaning that Purple Guy only started killing after his location. And do you guys remember why Ennard had to escape? Because the children were kidnapped/killed by the animatronics. Which means that a human programmed the animatronics to kidnap children before Ennard was even born. And in doing so, the souls that took over the animatronics created Ennard, which became the genius animatronic murderer, Purple Guy. But who wanted to kidnap children for experimenting? In this video, I made a theory that it was Afton, and in this video, I made a theory that it was Henry. Personally, I believe that we play as Henry, considering the alternative timeline where Afton wasn't the victim of Ennard. If you don't understand anything, then watch this video. But anyways, someone programmed the animatronics to kill, and this was before Purple Guy was born. So who was it? After Sister Location's release, there has been a war on who is the main bad guy. The person that made the animatronics kidnap and kill innocent children. After listening to almost every theory there is about this, after endless research, the person who made the animatronics is Henry and Afton. Both of them were in on this. Henry was an animatronic genius. He could design the perfect cover-up for the animatronics. And he was most likely the one that wanted to experiment with the children, because both his son and daughter were killed, Charlie and the crying child. And Afton was the business side of the restaurant, even before Ennard. So there was probably some profit in it for Afton. And the person in the beginning of Sister Location questioning, quote-unquote, Mr. Afton.
These are clearly state-of-the-art. There are just certain design choices that were made for these robots that we don't fully understand. We were hoping that you could shed some light on those.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Has to be a detective or a police officer, and William Afton told the detective about everything Baby could do, but the detective said these exact lines.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Meaning that the detectives have found out about the hidden kidnapping and luring system, but they aren't quite sure what they are. And that is why the detective says, those aren't the design choices we were curious about. Even though Afton told them everything except for the hidden kidnapping features that only he and Henry knew about. And that is why Afton was the one to talk to the detective, because Afton is the quote-unquote business side. They kidnapped children and murdered them and then experimented on them. And eventually, they found a way to keep the children's souls in the animatronics. Now then, back to Balora's song. Listen to the whole song and listen closely to every word.
Why do you hide inside your walls when there is music in my halls? All I see is an empty room, no more joy, an empty tomb. It's so good to sing all day, to dance, to spin, to fly away.
Now the key words for me were, all I see is an empty room, no more joy, an empty tune/tune. Now no animatronic would sing that to kids, so Balora never had that song programmed in her. So how come she knows it? Well, that's the thing. After the experiments, Henry and Afton knew that the children's souls were inside the animatronics. and they needed to find a way to keep the children from talking to detectives, the children, or parents that Afton and Henry are kidnapping and murdering children. And the first thing that they would do is to program the animatronics to not allow them to talk about Afton or Henry, hence the secret code, help us. But in order for the cover-up to be perfect, they brainwash the children to remind them every day that they are no longer children and no longer human, that they are trapped inside the animatronics forever. And they also shock them and torture their souls, which is why the animatronics planned escaping in Ennard. Ballora's song is a song that Henry and Afton forces the soul that possessed Ballora to sing, to remind herself every day that she is an animatronic. Hence the lyrics, no more joy, an empty tomb. Thanks for watching.
为什么我看今天解释系列到现在